Today I'm going to show you a really nice location located in North Iceland. It's called Hvítserkur. It's a sea stack. This place is best at sunrise, second best at sunset. In the middle of the day, it's it's better to have soft light. To find Hvítserkur is very easy. It's if you're driving, for example, from Reykjavik north on highway number 1, you just drive until you see the sign which says Hvítserkur. You can see it here on the map, and you can see here the number of the road, and but it has a sign which says Hvítserkur. On that road you would drive about 20 minutes-ish. It's a really bad road, so drive carefully. When you're trying to find this place, you won't see it from the road. You won't even see it from the parking lot. So you do have to look for the sign that says Hvítserkur. And there's a little hill over there which leads you to the parking lot. In heavy snow in the winter, this road over there, which from this car is coming, it is sometimes closed. So then you just have to park up the hill and walk down. It's not far. From the parking lot there are 2 ways to get down to the beach. There's a path over here. It will take you about 15 minutes to walk this path down to the beach. And for most people, especially in the winter when it's slippery, I do recommend you to take that path. There is a shortcut. There's another path there. This path takes you to the viewing point. And there's a path down there. It's quite steep and can be very slippery. If you're up to it, fine, but be careful. So here's the viewpoint over the sea stack. It's a really nice place to shoot. I prefer to go down to the beach and shoot there, but don't skip this. This is actually really nice. The view from above, and also what I told you earlier, the path that you can take here from the viewpoint is here. It is quite steep, so if you're not up to it, it can be quite slippery, so be careful. If you're not up to it, just take the other path. It's a little longer, but it's easy walking. What I usually look for here are strong foreground elements in the sand, either ripples or seaweed or the waves, playing with the seaweed. That's actually really nice also. But here are a few examples on how I like to shoot this. First, I'm gonna do a shot from this height. There are a lot of foregrounds here on the beach, ripples and seaweed and stuff like that, but I'm gonna use this. The sand is absolutely beautiful. It has no footsteps. It's very soft and smooth. I have to exposure stack. There's just too much dynamic range for the camera in this scene. I'm shooting at f11, a half a second exposure time, and an ISO of 100. So usually I would put the sea stack to the right of the frame, because it's kind of, if you look at it as the dinosaur that some people say it is, this is the head and now it's kind of going out of the frame. But composition wise, it just looks better now to the left, and also the magic in the clouds are here to the right. So let's at least see how it goes. Yeah, it's beautiful. Let me reframe a little bit to see. A little tighter. Shoot again. The atmosphere here is just really nice now. But what I normally do here, what I normally look for here is I look for something in the ground, you know. So I go really low and find a strong foreground, either it be like sand ripples, which we don't have now, or seaweed, or just some patterns I see in the sand. Just, you know, be careful when you enter a place like this, especially if you're the first one at the scene like we are now. Be careful where you step, because you don't want to step in the sand, you know. You want to have it smooth, so gradually work closer if you need to do that. Don't ruin things for yourself by, you know, tramping everything with footprints. So what I do look for when I shoot here, well, I look for many things. But firstly, I'm always interested to get the ripples in the sand. You know, the small ripples in the sand. Usually, people are, you know, when you see pictures from here, people are sometimes expecting those ripples to be bigger. But when you go low like this, even lower than this, tiny little ripples, they look huge. But there are no ripples now, which we just have to do something else. If you look in the sand, it's a mix of volcanic lava sand and also like this shell sand, this typical sand. And that mix very often creates nice gradient, nice patterns in the sand. And also you have the seaweed. You have a lot of foregrounds which you can use. Usually when you're close, here I have the seaweed just right in front of me. And my focal point is the sea stack. So when if you're gonna have both in focus, you have to focus that. So I'll link to here in my corner. You can follow this link to learn how to focus stack if you like. It is also one problem here. The sand is very dark and the sky is very bright. So the dynamic range in this scene is much bigger than my camera can handle. I could use a filter, a gradient filter, but then I would also darken the sea stack, and that's kind of dark enough. So what I do, I just expose for the seaweed here in front of me and the sand. I expose for that, and I do one photo. I'm gonna do another photo with my focus point just in the middle. I don't need to focus stack. I'm not that close that I need to take like 5 pictures just of the seaweed. I'm just gonna do one, and then one in the middle, mid-range from here to the sea stack. And then I'm gonna take one more with my focus on the sea stack. Now, if I do that, I got everything, but my sky is blown out. This is a 3-image focus stack. There is no need to bracket here on the way, and I'm not gonna bracket. I'm just gonna make one more photo, which I expose for the sky, and then I'll just mask that in Photoshop. So I'm actually gonna do 2 because the brightest spot is just that bright. It's very, it's a huge difference in contrast. So. had a little bit of problem with my lapel mic when I shot this. So the sound in this was really awful, so I'm just gonna do a voiceover here. It's this stream is located on the top of next to the viewing platform, and it has a really nice vantage point to the to Hvítserkur. It kind of you can almost get it dead center in the at the river, at the kind of like a tunnel that leads to the sea stack. Not quite, but you know, almost. It's really nice. I saw this composition first not that long ago, actually, from my friend Edwin Martinez. He showed me this, and he's a great photographer from the Philippines. I will link to his Instagram account in the description. Check it out. He's really good. So just step in the river. I mean, if you have a walking boots on, it's very shallow. You know, if you have sneakers, of course you will get wet feet, but you know, you might be able to you know, find a dry spot to stand in, but it's recommended that you have a solid walking boots on if you step down there. It's also a little bit slippery, so be careful. So just find, I do a vertical frame here. I tried a horizontal, but it's just too much stuff on the side. So I like to have a long stream leading to the sea stack, which I get with my vertical shot. And this is the outcome. Really nice photo. It's simple. I do tend to put on too much clothes. You know, we came here in the dark this morning and it was cold and drizzly. So I put on layers and another jacket and the third jacket. And then we walked a little bit and I was starting to sweat. And you know, it's bring layers which you can take off and put on. It's much better like this. But this concludes our Hvítserkur location presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you took something from it. Beautiful place, and if you're going driving to Akureyri in the north, for example, this is on the way. No reason to skip it. You know, the road is bad and dirty, but you know, enjoy it and just wash the car when you're finished. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you. Goodbye.